Hey, welcome back, Marcus. How the heck are you doing today, sir?
Doing great, Chris. Happy to be back.
Fantastic. We've been running through Microsoft Fabric data pipelines. We've seen you copy data. We've seen you call notebooks. Now we're going to be hitting on a subject that I think is like the big thing people keep talking about, which is orchestration. What the heck is Fabric pipeline orchestration?
Yeah, orchestration within Fabric pipelines is the ability to call or invoke additional pipelines and activities within those pipelines through an orchestrator pipeline or a master type pipeline. So the ability to schedule that master and then have it do a set number of pipeline activities and tasks from there is really powerful and really useful inside of Fabric.
Okay, I understand the individual words you just said, but when you combine them together that way, I'm not 100% clear on it. Can you show us how this works?
Sure thing. Let's head over to my machine.
Awesome.
So in our workspace environment, in previous videos, we've been working with the PL data copy blob to Lakehouse, where we have a copy data task and we have notebook execution activity in there. We're going to create a new pipeline for orchestration purposes. And we're going to use that pipeline to invoke or call that data pipeline that we already have created. So in this case, I'm going to call it PL_orc for orchestration. And I'm going to use master here to note that this is kind of our top level in our orchestration setup. So within our orchestration master pipeline that we have here, I'm then going to select the invoke pipeline activity. And within that activity, I'm going to call it the pipeline that I'm going to call. Just to clarify with somebody that may be coming in here that didn't create the pipeline, exactly what I'm doing in this task.
I gotcha.
We'll even add invoke here to clarify. And in our settings now, we're then going to select our PL data copy blob to Lakehouse. And we're going to wait on completion to ensure that that pipeline completes before it signifies that the master pipeline either succeeded or failed in our run. So the nice thing here before we click run on this is if I were to double click into the pipeline activity, it actually navigates me to the pipeline that I've specified in the invoke pipeline task. So without having to go to the workspace menu, find the pipeline that I had specified in that activity and open it up, I can just double click on that activity. It'll take me right to it.
I gotcha. And your breadcrumbs on the side on your left-hand nav allow you to go right back into the master, right?
Exactly. So to navigate back, I can just go down to my PL org master pipeline in the breadcrumbs there, and now I'm back and ready to run my master pipeline. So as I demoed in previous video, we want to validate this just to make sure there's no errors before we hit run. And we're going to select run now. So now on our output task, or output tab, excuse me, it's going to look a little bit different in the fact that it's going to call that invoke pipeline task.
And so we're just going to monitor that parent level task, right?
Correct. Yep, we're going to monitor the parent level task, and we're going to wait for that to complete.
Now, when we ran the last pipeline, it was like 90 seconds. So I would imagine this is going to be around 90 seconds, right? We're not going to gain any speed here.
Nope, we're not necessarily gaining any performance. What we're doing is we're organizing our pipeline activities and potentially adding some monitoring steps and other audit type functionality that we could add in here, especially when we may be calling multiple pipelines from that master. So we may have more than one data pipeline that we're orchestrating. So it's really useful to have that all organized and rolled up to a top level pipeline that we can coordinate that all with.
Oh, that makes good sense. I like this.
Yeah, so going back to our previous conversations in our pipeline series, the two, in my opinion, the two main purposes of the pipelines are one for orchestration, like we're showing here, to coordinate and organize our activities, and two, for data movement between source and destination in our architecture.
Oh, I'm a fan. I like it. This is quite nice, sir. We're a little longer this time. Lots of things could be running in a Fabric environment, so that would make sense. Sometimes it's a little longer, sometimes shorter.
Okay, we have a succeeded status, which is great. To see the individual steps of that invoked pipeline, you can click on the hyperlink here on pipeline run ID, and it will take you to the, if I refresh my output here, it will take you to the individual steps of the invoked pipeline that you ran.
I got
so
you.
You can see each step, the time they ran, the time they took to complete inside of that orchestration master type pipeline that you have. And again, using the breadcrumbs, I can navigate back to that master after I'm done. So pretty cool that you can invoke pipelines via other pipelines in an orchestration fashion and really take that organization to the next level with your pipeline coordination.
Oh, Marcus, this is amazing, right? So we have the ability to like create a defined path or defined pipeline, but then a pipeline to manage all those pipelines. I think that makes tons of sense because the activities you're doing in each of those places are a little different. And that allows you to like group activities, right? Like there's data transformation activities in that base pipeline, but then there's actual data management activities that you'd have in that master pipeline. Oh, such fantastic work.
The Fabric team's done it again.
Yep. Awesome. So next time we're going to be digging into parameters, is what I understand.
Yeah, so instead of needing to define specific configuration values every time or in multiple places within your pipeline, you can automate some of that configuration via pipeline parameters and pass those values down to different levels within your pipeline dynamically. So stay tuned for the next video and we'll show you how to set that up.
Looking forward to it. Have a good one.